Stop throwing away these 8 fruit peels. They're free fertilizer that can dramatically boost flowering, fruiting, and root growth. Some of these are backed by actual agricultural experience. And number 3 outperformed commercial fertilizer. Number 6 is probably in your trash right now. Welcome to Garden's Heaven. If you love smart, practical ways to grow stronger, healthier plants without spending extra money, you're in the right place. Today I'm showing you exactly how to turn everyday fruit peels into powerful plant food the right way, so you don't attract pests or damage your soil. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button if you're ready to grow more, using what you already have at home. Let's get into it. Fruit number 1. Banana peels. Banana peels are one of the most effective and beginner-friendly natural fertilizers you can use in your garden. Peels from the banana are especially rich in potassium, which plays a major role in flower production, fruit development, and overall plant strength. Potassium helps regulate water movement inside plant cells, improves stem thickness, and supports stronger root systems. Banana peels also contain calcium and magnesium, which help prevent issues like blossom end rot in tomatoes and support healthy photosynthesis. Unlike high-nitrogen fertilizers that push leafy growth, banana peels focus more on blooms and fruiting, which makes them ideal when your plants are entering their flowering stage. Banana peels are best for tomatoes, peppers, roses, eggplants, and any flowering or fruiting plant that needs a boost. To use them properly, you have several options. You can chop the peels into very small pieces and bury them 1 to 2 inches deep near the root zone, so they break down faster without attracting pests. You can dry them in the sun until crisp, grind them into powder, and mix the powder into your soil for a slower release effect. You can also soak chopped peels in water for 5 to 7 days to make banana peel tea, then use that liquid to water your plants after diluting it slightly. The key is never to leave whole peels sitting on top of the soil, because that slows decomposition and can attract insects. Used correctly, banana peels can noticeably improve flowering, fruit size, and overall plant vigor, without costing you a single extra dollar. Fruit number 2. Citrus peels. Citrus peels from fruits like the orange and lemon are more than just compost material. They contain small amounts of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, along with natural oils such as limonene, that can help deter common garden pests. These peels also add mild acidity to the soil as they break down, which can benefit certain plants that prefer slightly acidic conditions. In addition, citrus peels provide trace minerals like calcium and magnesium that support steady plant growth and improve nutrient uptake. When used properly and in moderation, they can improve soil life while helping reduce pest pressure naturally. Citrus peels are best for acid-loving plants, such as blueberries, gardenias, azaleas, and even tomatoes when used carefully. To use them effectively, you can dry the peels thoroughly and grind them into a fine powder before sprinkling and lightly mixing them into the soil. You can also chop them into small pieces and add them to compost, making sure they don't exceed about 10 to 15% of your compost mix. For a stronger option, you can ferment chopped peels in water for several weeks and dilute the liquid before applying it around the root zone. Always avoid placing fresh citrus peels directly against plant stems, and never pile them thickly on the soil surface, since too much acidity in one spot can slow growth instead of helping it. Fruit number 3. Papaya peels. Papaya peels from the papaya are one of the most underrated natural fertilizers you can use, yet studies have shown they can significantly improve plant growth compared to some commercial fertilizers. These peels are rich in organic matter, minerals, and natural compounds that stimulate soil microbial activity. As they break down, they release nutrients that support stronger root systems, thicker stems, and broader leaves. Papaya peels also improve soil structure over time, helping the soil retain moisture while still allowing proper drainage, which creates an ideal environment for healthy root development. Papaya peels are best for crops that need strong vegetative growth, such as corn, leafy greens, and many common vegetables. To use them properly, chop the peels into very small pieces and place them in a container with water, using about 1 glass of water per papaya peel. Let the mixture sit for 24 hours, stir it, then leave it for another 24 hours before straining. Dilute the liquid 1:1 with water, and apply it around the base of your plants once or twice a week during the growing season. You can also compost the peels, or dry and grind them into powder for soil mixing. Just like with all fruit fertilizers, avoid direct contact with stems, and always bury or dilute them to prevent attracting pests. Fruit number 4. Mango peels. Mango peels from the mango are packed with micronutrients and organic compounds that help improve overall soil vitality. As they decompose, they release trace elements like copper and small amounts of potassium that support flowering and fruit development. Mango peels also contribute valuable organic matter to the soil, which improves structure, encourages beneficial microbial activity, and enhances nutrient availability over time. Because they break down at a moderate rate, they provide a steady nutrient release that supports plants without overwhelming them. Mango peels are best for flowering plants like roses and hibiscus, as well as vegetable crops that need consistent nutrient support during blooming. To use them effectively, cut the peels into small pieces and soak them in water for about 48 hours, stirring occasionally. After soaking, blend the mixture into a slurry and dilute it with water before applying it around the root zone every 4 to 6 weeks. You can also dry the peels thoroughly and grind them into powder for mixing into garden beds or compost. Always apply the solution a few inches away from plant stems and avoid thick surface layers to prevent attracting insects while the peels decompose. Fruit number 5. Avocado peels. Avocado peels from the avocado are thicker and tougher than most fruit scraps, which actually makes them valuable as a slow-release soil amendment. As they gradually break down, they contribute small amounts of nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus, along with trace minerals like magnesium and copper. Their dense texture means they feed the soil over a longer period, supporting steady root development and improved soil structure. They also encourage earthworm activity, which naturally aerates the soil and improves nutrient cycling, creating a healthier growing environment overall. Avocado peels are best for fruit trees, tomatoes, peppers, and even houseplants when used in moderation. To use them effectively, chop the peels into very small pieces before burying them several inches deep near the root zone so they can decompose properly without attracting pests. You can also dry them completely and grind them into a coarse powder to mix into garden beds or container soil. Another option is to ferment chopped peels in water for 1 to 2 weeks, strain the liquid, dilute it, and apply it around the base of your plants. Because they decompose slowly, always cut them small and avoid leaving large pieces sitting on the soil surface. Fruit number 6. Watermelon rinds. Watermelon rinds from the watermelon are often tossed aside, but they can be surprisingly useful in the garden. The white inner rind contains organic matter, along with small amounts of potassium and nitrogen that help support plant growth as it decomposes. Because watermelon rinds have high water content, they also help improve soil moisture retention in hot weather. As they break down, they feed beneficial soil microbes, improve soil texture, and contribute to better root development over time, especially during the peak growing season when plants are under heat stress. Watermelon rinds are best for summer crops like cucumbers, squash, melons, and other heavy feeders that thrive in warm soil. To use them properly, chop the rinds into small 1-inch cubes and bury them 4 to 5 inches deep between plants to prevent attracting pests. You can also blend the rinds with water into a slurry for faster decomposition, then apply it directly to the soil around the root zone. Another simple option is to add chopped rinds to your compost pile, where they break down quickly and add moisture to balance dry materials. Always avoid leaving large pieces exposed on the surface, especially in warm weather, to prevent insects or unwanted odors. Fruit number 7. Apple peels. Apple peels from the apple may seem simple, but they're excellent for boosting soil life. As they break down, they release small amounts of potassium and trace minerals, while providing natural sugars that feed beneficial soil microbes. Those microbes are essential for breaking down organic matter and making nutrients more available to your plants. Apple peels also contain pectin, which helps improve soil structure and moisture retention, especially in sandy or dry soils. Because they are thin and soft, they decompose faster than thicker fruit peels, making them ideal for quick soil improvement. Apple peels are best for root vegetables, like carrots, beets, and potatoes, as well as seedlings and general garden beds that need a mild nutrient boost. To use them properly, you can chop them finely and mix them directly into the soil where they will break down quickly. You can also blend them with water and apply the diluted mixture around the base of plants for faster nutrient release. Adding them to compost is another excellent option, since they help activate microbial activity. Avoid leaving whole apple cores on the soil surface, as they take longer to decompose and may attract ants or other pests if left exposed. Fruit number 8. Pomegranate peels. Pomegranate peels from the pomegranate are thick, tough, and packed with beneficial compounds that make them a powerful long-term soil amendment. As they slowly decompose, they release potassium and trace minerals, like iron and calcium, that support flowering and overall plant resilience. These peels also contain natural tannins and antioxidants that can help discourage certain soil pests while improving microbial balance underground. Because they break down more slowly than softer fruit scraps, they act as a gradual nutrient source that strengthens soil health over time, rather than delivering a quick, short burst of nutrients. Pomegranate peels are best for roses, flowering shrubs, and perennial plants that benefit from steady feeding throughout the season. To use them effectively, dry the peels completely and crush them into small pieces before mixing them into the soil a few inches deep around the root zone. You can also grind fresh peels with water to create a thick paste, dilute it well, and apply it around plants for a more immediate effect. Another option is adding chopped peels to compost, where they contribute to long-term nutrient richness. Just make sure they are broken down into smaller pieces before use, since their tough texture slows decomposition if left whole. Now, let's talk about how to avoid common mistakes with fruit peel fertilizers. Using fruit peels can be incredibly effective, but there are a few key points to keep in mind, so you don't accidentally harm your plants or attract pests. First, always rinse your peels thoroughly to remove any chemicals or pesticides that could damage your soil or plants. Chop peels into small pieces whenever possible. Smaller pieces decompose faster and release nutrients more evenly. Avoid placing peels directly against plant stems, since moisture and acids from the fruit can cause rot or burn tender tissue. Another common mistake is overloading your compost or garden beds with citrus or other highly acidic peels. Citrus should make up no more than 10–15% of your compost mix to prevent slowing decomposition or creating overly acidic conditions. Also, balance fruit peels with brown materials like dry leaves, straw, or shredded paper to ensure proper composting and prevent odor or pest issues. Finally, always monitor for slugs, snails, or fruit flies, which can be attracted to decomposing scraps. By following these simple precautions, you can safely turn your kitchen waste into nutrient-rich, plant-boosting fertilizer. And there you have it, 8 powerful fruit peels that can transform your garden for free. From banana peels boosting blooms to pomegranate peels slowly feeding your soil, each one offers unique benefits that save you money and help your plants thrive naturally. The best part? You're turning what would be trash into treasure, improving soil health, and supporting strong, healthy growth without any chemicals. Which fruit peel are you most excited to try first? Comment below with your favorite banana, papaya, or maybe pomegranate, and share your results with our gardening community. If you want more zero-cost gardening hacks that actually work, make sure to subscribe to Gardens Heaven and hit the like button. And don't forget to share this video with someone who's ready to take their garden to the next level.